projects. We have great testimonies. We have something that can help them. We know that we love our business plan. People can make money in their first 60 to 90 days if they're working it, and then crazy money if they keep consistent. Yeah. But we also have a personal development program. We are in a positive, goal-focused community that helps to push. Can you press speaker view? Is it on speaker view?
No, but I can find it.
Okay. I just learned about speaker view. It's cool. It means it's not all of the boxes. It's better for recording. I haven't done it yet, but it hurts. And so the leadership component of the It Works You is Friday night, and then the It Works You will still be the same on Saturday. So triple diamonds and above get to go to the Friday night leadership play part of the It Works You. And again, I think it's really important. It probably is then, it says, because the other option is gallery, so it's probably in speaker again. Don't worry about it. It's all right.
I know. We'll just keep doing.
Oh, okay.
Keep.
So.
Created a monster.
I know. Oh, she's good. There you go. The point is that you want to be triple because you want to be a part of those things. Well, and for those of you that have been around the block with It Works a little bit, you don't want to miss an event because a lot of times they don't do it again. Oh, sure. So you don't want to miss it. So the first one is in Dallas, March 11th and 12th. Yay! Woo! Oh, yay! We are talking about going to Houston. Yay! Yay! Oh, Houston's in the house. We just decided yesterday through a message, so it's not planned. There's no links. But what we'll do is what's that? Well, we're going to do both. Dallas will be there. But because of the Houston team, what we're thinking is we're going to fly into Houston on Thursday, the 10th, do a Houston meeting, and then go to the Dallas event Friday and Saturday. So Tiffany B, stand up, Tiffany. She's going to plan it. Yeah. You now are planning it. So she's gonna put that together for us and get the Eventbrite link out so we can get that going. But if you are within flying or driving distance from Dallas, you want to be there. You want to be there. The next one is Grand Rapids. Yay, Michigan! All right, and that's going to be April 8th and 9th. It is the end of spring break, but hopefully you've got some people that are, they can plan their breaks around it. We are probably going to do something at our house not Friday night now. So we'll figure that out. Thursday, maybe?
Thursday.
But we're going to do something, an event surrounding it for, I don't know what, but we'll figure that out. I'm now promising things we have not planned. But we're going to do something. And then Nikki is in Michigan as well, and Barb is in Toronto, but they usually come over for the Michigan events. So there'll be a lot of leaders at that one as well. Arizona is in May. Do we have anyone from Arizona here? Yay! I didn't know we had an Arizona team. Welcome.
I was in Georgia.
Oh, good. Yay for Arizona team. We have May 20th and 21st. And then St. Louis, Missouri is June 3rd and 4th. So if you have team, the beautiful thing about knowing this is now you can really work your Facebook and Instagram to find new people in these areas. Go, if you want to come to the Grand Rapids training, then go sign up some people in Michigan and meet them at the Grand Rapids training. If you want people in Arizona, then do advertising or recruiting in Arizona and get them to that meeting and go yourself so you can meet them. So do some marketing surrounding these events so that way you have a reason to go get your new blood in the room. And then we have July Green Carpet. Now, they didn't announce the dates yet, but I am guessing it will be one of the middle 2 weeks in July. They typically don't do an event at the end of the month because they know we're all promoting. So think about that. It is going to be a week long. It sounds like they're going to do 2 back-to-back events that will be similar like they did last year. And then they're going to have, their goal is just to take over the whole area. So Bradenton restaurants are going to be waving an It Works flag, and if you go there, you get a discount. It'll be like, everyone's going to the beach today. So you and your team will just have a planned itinerary. Everybody's going to the beach and you get this at the beach, or everybody's going to Disney and you get a discount at Disney that day. So things like that, they're really working within the community to get the community involved. And so feel free to bring your families, make some plans. They said they're not announcing it until April, but we know international, we're fighting for dates sooner so we can. And if I hear, I will not leak it. So just get your calendar ready. Get your calendar ready. Know when you're coming to an event. Be really intentional about the local one team, one missions in your area, and then work to bring guests. Because we know that events fill our spirit. Anyone? Yeah. They fill our soul. We know what to do to stay motivated, period. We are in control of our own motivation, period. And part of the way that we stay motivated is to show up to events. So if you're feeling down, I love what they said, you need an event. If you're feeling up, the event needs you. So plan to go to as many things as possible, but always with the goal of bringing guests. Because we don't just want to, you don't want to be a wallflower like I was in the first few years. I showed up, I came a lot, but I didn't actually build my business through the events. It was helpful for me. I learned, I grew, my confidence grew, but use these events to your team's advantage by getting your new people there and leads there as well. And then last but not least, we have the social media thing. I missed it because that was right before we went. So can you just tell us what it is?
Oh.
Otherwise I'll be making it up.
Okay. So I understand it to be $7.99 a month. So is anybody participating with the 100 Days Social?
Nikki Moore, Ambassador Diamond.
Okay. So if you are already subscribing to that monthly for the 100-Day Adventure, my understanding is it's rolled into it. And so what's great is if you have new people, how many times do you have new people that are not really on Facebook or Instagram? They're not really social savvy, but they're looking around as they get out of this business and they're wondering what to do, and you're thinking, how do I help them? You know, like we forget what it's like in the beginning, like change your profile picture, those kinds of things like John Eric was saying. And so it sounds to me like they're going to actually step by step give them a tutorial on how to get their social media up and going. And so that would be a really great tool for them. It's not something that I'm always telling my new people to jump on, like, okay, now do this for this price and do this for this price. But once somebody's getting in there, I think this one is something that I would definitely encourage them to do before the 100-Day Social Media, or maybe just do it lumped together. But give them that extra tool so that they can kind of take off and they feel like they have some substance. So that'll be cool.
Thank you.
There was something about that loyal customers who did that too.
Yeah.
Oh, the app. We gotta talk about the app.
No, but he,
That's just that's the app.
no, he did say that about the social media.
Okay, so that a customer can have access to this information.
So it's
as well.
basic, it sounds like it's more
Okay.
generalized information about how to use the social media outlets, you know, how to set up an account, how to set up your profile, things you want to look at, and, you know, ways to utilize your settings and things like that on Facebook.
So we already can sign up someone as a social media customer. So maybe it's just, yeah. One thing that's really interesting I learned during the Black Diamond event was that you can use your 120 and free product to get the social media adventure. I know. Yeah. So what I love about that is because a lot of people, when they first get started, they want it, but it's like another auto ship or whatever. So they can use that, their free product, to get the social media adventure and then have that to build their business.
You're doing this.
All right. Come on in. There's a door open over there, but come on in.
Sorry, guys.
Come on in. And then the app. Has anybody gotten the app yet? Yeah, there's a lot that you can do with it. Tell me what it is. Mine was a spinning wheel of death, so I haven't opened it yet. Before and afters. You use it. The idea is that you're using it to capture their information so that you have your leads information, your loyal customers information. When you're wrapping anyone, you've got their information. And then you can do the before and afters there.
Drink water.
Drink water. It dings after. Yeah, it reminds them to take their 72-hour pick. It dings after 45 minutes. So it'll be really cool. So the idea
So do
too
they
is
have
when
to
you're
download the
wrapping
app
someone, you
to
want
do
them
that
to
for them?
install the app. because it's in their best interest to have those reminders so they can use the products
You should
consistently.
also do that at a party, and everybody, whoever downloads the app, can get a free sample of Breeze or something like that.
Yeah.
If you're at a party.
Yeah. You want people to be as connected to It Works as possible, and this is kind of a good 1 foot in. So very cool. And then we have the bonuses. This is where my ears were really listening. The bonuses. Okay, how many of you are, is anybody here within their signed up in February? Anyone that like signed up and then, okay. I didn't really think so, but. So for new people that signed up in February, they have the $1,000 bonus. So 2 months to get to Ruby, and they get a lump sum, $1,000 bonus. That's insane. This is clear cash. You know what I mean? Like this is guaranteed income if you work hard for the next 90 days, for the next 2 months. Really?
Yeah.
Tell me what frequently asked question list you watched. Tell me more. No, I looked at it. I didn't see that part. The official rules? Oh, game changer.
Anybody signed up in January? December and January. There's dates are on there. So the official.
Do we have verification?
What is
Yeah, look it up, Lisa. So Lisa is saying that on the frequently asked questions, it said if you signed up in December or January and you get to Ruby during.
It says anybody that enrolls
Anybody that-
by the end of this month in their first 2 calendar months. So that would be,
Double Ruby bonus, frequently asked questions. Double the Ruby bonus, anyone that joined February 1st, February 29th, in the first 2 calendar months. However, question number says, what if I signed up in December or January? If you're still within your first 2 full calendar months, you qualify if you get it before the end of February. Oh! Thank you, Lisa. Yes. Oh.
I'm good. I assumed that, and I'm like, I already texted my people, and then I'm like, if it was wrong, I'd feel bad.
Yeah, so if they signed up in December or January, do you have new people eligible for the Ruby bonus right now? They get the lump sum $1,000. Are you kidding me? What did we say yesterday? They are stupid if they do not try. So you have to tell them. This is what I have learned is number 1, you want to create that excitement. Oh my gosh, announcement. They just announced something for you. You can do this. Because what happens is if you just post on the page, people are like, that's really cool for everyone else, but they don't realize that they can do it. So you need a personal reach out, a call, a text, saying, oh my gosh, this promotion is for you. Do you want $1,000 guaranteed by the end of the month? One payout. Holy freaking cow. Okay, so lots of rubies are gonna happen this next month. All right, anybody interested in the Emerald bonus? Yes, how many of you are gonna go Emerald in the next 3 weeks? You will get a lump sum, is this correct? No. Four. Four. This is a 4 payout, so $250 each month. 500. Oh my gosh. I need my own recap. 500 extra in your check each month for 4 months. $2,000 total. And if you double promote, because you're going to go Emerald and Diamond, right? That's a $12,000 bonus.
Now, here's the thing. I'm telling them to sit for a day, right? So it registers.
Yeah, yeah. So what Nikki said is don't double promote on the same day. Sit in the day, so that way the computer locks that you're Emerald, you get the bonus, and then you can go Diamond the next day.
Yeah. It's 22. What? Say that again?
Yeah.
Like, don't go from
I
Ruby
know,
to
but it's-
Diamond
Oh, 20.
without stopping at Emerald, so you get the bonus.
22. Okay, so again, if you double promote Emerald and then Diamond, because the double Diamond, it's $22,000. If your boss looked at you and said, work hard for the next 3 weeks, and you will get a $22,000 raise, would you do it? Yeah. That boss is you. You're gonna have to look in the mirror and say, all right, what am I willing to do to make this happen? All right, so the diamond good bonuses were double, $20,000. Who's going diamond? Woo! Thank you.
I'm going diamond 2.0.
Yeah, diamond 2.0. Woo, woo. Yeah. Yay!
Where
Your
you at?
Italy team is gonna explode. We have so many new people.
Just one?
All right, and then your double diamond is 50. 30. Anybody going double? Yes. The triple double the good bonus, that one is 50. The presidential, oh, you're gonna double promote. Double promote, triple, and presidential, that's insane. I want you to do the math on what that means per month in your check. Bonus? A $6,000 raise on top of your commissions? Are you kidding me? This is how the top 10 changes every single year.
Exactly.
And then presidential double good bonus. 100.
Oh, that was presidential.
Yeah, no, that's right. And then ambassador good bonus 150. Who's going ambassador?
Yes.
Yeah, I see it. You guys are on my board.
300,000.
All right, so let's talk about how we're gonna do it, because we've come out of conferences before. If some of you are new, you have not come out of a conference before, and I want you to know that life changes right now. Barb's gonna talk about time management and how to structure things in your day to make sure that this actually happens. So I wanna introduce Ambassador Diamond, Barb Hauser.
All right, guys. Well, I am a mom of 4. So time management is a struggle all the time. You know, we all face different things in our life that are going to get in the way. And it's more about having a game plan and having a strategy on, you know, how we're going to handle that moving forward. And so I think, you know, there's just some basics we're all going to have to tweak. It's one of those things, you know, we say have a goal and have a plan to get there. And I think it's really important that we remember that no matter what our goal is, our plan can change. And so we have to be flexible with that, which, you know, when we have better time management, it's easier to be flexible and to keep things going. So some of the things I wanted to share is just, you know, we need to have a space for your business. It doesn't matter whether you have a big office or whether it's a box of, you know, a file folder. You just have to have something that works for you. So I want to encourage you guys that when you get home, you know, not that you need to spend a lot of time on it, but just try and get all your stuff in one place. Because if you have limited amount of time that you're working your business, it makes it really hard if you're disorganized, right? You know, and you're like rifling through, trying to find that contact information, looking for those ballots that you had from that show, you know, all of those sorts of things. So having one central place where everything is really, really important. When we look at our time that we have for our business, you know, it's important that we break it down. And I like to think about it. So I want to show you guys this little analogy, and this isn't something I've done before, so I'm kind of winging it here. But I've got 24 $1 bills. And I want you to think about the hours that you have in the day. And it's limited, right? We only have so much to spend. So how many hours are we going to sleep, right? That's kind of a non-negotiable. 5. Right? Okay. We sleep when we're dead. Right? So we take out $5.
You can sleep longer if you need.
So you know what, Nikki, will you do me a favor? Will you use the paper in your book?
Yep.
And I want you guys to help me think of some of the things that we need to do in our business and some of the non-negotiables. And we'll get a couple volunteers to come up here. So if you just want to like use 1 page per word, and we'll have a couple things. So sleep is one. So if you want to write sleep, and then we'll have somebody come up
And hold it? Okay.
Hold it. We're winging it. So sleep is a non-negotiable. What are some other things that we have to do in life? We need to eat. Okay, so sleep, eat.
I know. I understand this.
All right. What's another? So if you work full time, right? Some people are working part time, full time, have a job.
Some time with kids.
Time with our families.
Okay.
All right, so come on up. If you've got a word, come and stand up here. All right, so how many hours are we gonna say for sure we have to sleep? 5?
Five.
Okay. All right.
6. I know.
All right. And how many hours a day do we pretty much spend eating? Right? We're gonna give at least an hour that we're eating for all our meals, probably 2 hours, right? By the time we prep our food and everything else. Okay, so what about working? You know, if you were working, you'd be giving up another chunk of time, right? All right, so we give up another 8 hours to work. And then time with family, you know, how many hours a day would you say you're spending with your family?
2.
All right.
Just make it really quality time.
Okay, so now let's look at our business. So what are some things in this business that we know we need to do to grow our business?
Follow up.
Okay, so follow up.
Meet people.
Split party.
Good thing.
Generating leads.
So yeah, so listening, generate, you know, watch parties. all
So we
of
got
that.
follow up and lead generation. Is that right?
Charting. We could spend 8 hours a day charting.
So how many hours a day, you know, should we spend doing follow up? If we spent an hour a day doing follow up. And, you know, we spend an hour a day generating new business leads. Should probably spend like
I know. Follow up might need to be 3 hours.
I feel like
3 hours of follow up, 2 hours of generating new business leads. What else do we need to do for our business? Right? We need to do our coaching and working with our team, right? Charts, time management, okay, so we spend an hour looking at our own business, getting organized with your charts.
What do we say? Professional development and team? Is that the same?
Okay, so you guys, we've got 2 hours left,
Personal development.
right?
We got that.
No, that's optional.
Use the bathroom. And we also have to self-care, right?
Yeah.
Working out, you know, all of those kind of things. All right, so perfect.
Yeah.
So if you look at this, guys, like we have already spent every hour of our day. Okay? Now, is there an hour for Candy Crush? TV? You know, we don't have additional time. If you are looking to run in your business right now, you really need to think about the fact that any moments that you're wasting in your day, time that you spend on the phone talking about drama, you know, dealing with life, time, you know, going out for coffee with a friend, you know, all of those things that we want to do in our life, where are you taking that time from? Right? We have to be calculated about what we're doing. Going into this busy season, you know, Nikki's going to share more about what we're doing in this 90-day push. But if you're planning on really growing your business, we don't have time for extras. We don't have time for laundry necessarily, right? So
Or
it's
eating,
coming up
really.
with a different
Take
strategy.
eating out of there.
I did that for 9 months. I don't have to do it. You know, so it's
Or add, you know, eating at your desk, or doing, go to with a new distributor to lunch, combine.
doing your personal development. If you're at home by yourself when you're eating or when you're prepping your food for your family, are you listening to personal development? Do it while you're vacuuming the house. You know, if those things aren't something that you can pass off to somebody else, then we need to try and figure out a way to really compress what we're doing and make the most of our time. Because once it's spent, it's gone, right? And time is money. So I hope that this helps give you guys a visual to see that we can't allow those little moments
you know, even the 5 minutes here and the 5 minutes there, at the end of the day, that's going to add up to an hour that you've taken away from one of these things that's essential to you growing your business. So I'm excited that we have 24 hours in a day and we have this time. And if we are strategic and, you know, we really plan it out, we can use this to our advantage and we can make the most of each of these hours and moments and really capitalize on that. But we need to teach our teams to do that too, guys. When they come into this business, they don't know what to do. And if people are, you know, spending time scrolling through Facebook or reading things that aren't important or, you know, overwhelming themselves with information and trying to memorize product ingredients and those sorts of things, we have to help them understand what are the most important parts of this business. We need to help them to see that personal development is really huge. We have to spend the time invested into that. And, you know, we have to spend the time working on our charts and looking at those things. And so it's good for us to have this visual. So I hope that helped you guys. This was kind of our first time doing something like this, but so spend your time wisely and it will pay off in your business. All right. So if you have yourself organized, going back to having that space of your own for your business, if you are organized about it, then again, you're not going to waste those little 5 minutes here looking for information, trying to find that phone number, remembering that lead's name, searching through Facebook. So even yesterday, some of the girls were talking about making lists on Facebook. Those things will save you time, but they take time initially. So right now, we're at the beginning of the month, so spend one day to get yourself organized. Spend a few hours doing your Facebook lists or whatever you need to do so that for the rest of the month, you're not continuing to waste those little moments. And determine what is going to go into your space and take up your time. Does it make you money? Right? The things that we have in our business, organizing your office and making it look pretty, that's not necessarily important right now, but just knowing where things are so that you can do that. And then being prepared. I think that is number one for time management. Be prepared for everything. So as you organize yourself, one of the things that I do is have a blitz kit. So I have something that's organized. I have like a folder in my car, a folder in my purse, you know, and a folder at home where I've got all of the things that I need. So if I'm doing an appointment, everything is ready to go. So if you're out and you're going to be talking to somebody, you don't want to have to say, oh, let me go and get that and I'll drive that and drop that off, or I'll send that to you. You know, if you're prepared and you have everything that you need when you meet somebody and they have questions, you can just do that. So in your kit, you know, I've got my steps to success, order forms, product flyers, party pads, blitz cards, you know, maybe you've got your mileage log for your car, your receipt folder so that you keep things organized. So again, at the end of the year, you're not wasting time when it's time to talk to the tax man and go back and try and figure that out. So again, time is money, spend it wisely. So some of the steps that you can take are, you know, take off your Superman cape, take off your Superwoman cape. Don't think that you can do everything. You know, we always hear Cami say you can do anything, but you can't do everything. And you have to say no to the good to say yes to the great. So I remember when I started this business and things really took off, you know, we were involved in a lot of things. I ran the moms group at our church. I coordinated the childcare for that. I organized the nursery at the church. You know, I was involved at the kids' school. And right now, if you're going into a 90-day push, there's going to be things like that that you have to let go. And sometimes we have this idea of the ideal parent that we want to be. And we say, okay, you know, well, I love being able to go and do this at my kids' school and volunteer every Tuesday. Well, that's great, but maybe for the next 3 months, you could pass that off and say, Mommy's investing into building our business right now, you know? And when it comes to things like that for your kids, there's a lot of guilt. We heard some of the ladies sharing about that yesterday.
and come up with something that you can do that makes it fun and engaging for your families. When we started, my first goal was, I told the kids that we would buy a big trampoline for the backyard. So that was kind of our goal, and every time you're going out, make a thermometer and put it on the fridge, and it's, have a long skinny thermometer and give them a sticker every time you go out to do an appointment, to go out and do a launch party or something like that, where your kids are getting excited and they're like, oh, I want to put a sticker on. Are you going out today? They want to reach those goals too, and you're teaching them to dream. And again, if you've got a dream board, you want them to have a dream board. So whether it's something small and whether it's, you're going to take them out for ice cream at the end of it, it doesn't matter. But sometimes having your family engaged and them being excited about you pouring into your business will give you that relief to feel that you can spend your time doing it. And stop doing things out of obligation, right? You feel like you have to do this. You have to spend that time at your kids' school. You have to do laundry, but it's important that if you are going into this push, that you're going to talk to your spouse, you're going to talk to your family, and let them know that things are changing, that things are different, because they're not going to understand. They don't know the change that's happened to you being at conference. When we came here 2 years ago was here in Canada, and my husband was not on board at all when I started this business. And he only came with me to conference because I was pregnant and really, really sick. And I remember the first day of conference, he had his aha moment. And, I can't imagine having gone home and trying to do that push if he didn't get it. So if your spouse isn't here, you need to make sure that you go back and you explain to them how you're feeling and where you're planning to go with this. Because this is for your family and they need to be a part of it. So prioritize. With your calendar, you need to take that out and you need to cross off the non-negotiables. If you are the only one who takes your kids, or who can take your kids to go to their extracurricular activities, okay, you put that on your calendar, but plan to do your follow-up while you're there. Be prepared and have all your leads in that file folder so you can take it with you and be working when you're out on the go. If you are someone who drives to work, what can you do in that hour commute that you might have? Do your personal development. So be organized and make sure that you have that in the car. Don't waste your time chit-chatting on the phone or listening to the radio. Make the most of every moment that you can. So you gotta cross off, you gotta have self-care. You have to pour into yourself, fill yourself up, and take care of yourself. Your relationships and your spiritual life and your business. So those are kind of the four main components that we need to be thinking about. And then outsource the rest. So again, time is money. If it's gonna take me, so many hours a week that I'm doing laundry, maybe I could pay someone to come in and help with laundry. Maybe I could pay someone to come in and clean the house. Again, maybe it's just gonna be temporary for you, but anybody who's successful in this business, like if you listen to some of those speakers that are out there, they're going to tell you that you need to prepare you need to do that 90-day push. And the people that are making 6 figures in this business, I promise you, they've all done it. So you have the opportunity to be a 6-figure earner, and you can decide to do that right now by deciding to take a 90-day run. And it's just looking at what can you do, what can you give up, who can you have helping you with different things. So with some of your family duties, could you hire a teenager? I found out that if you call your local schools, they have a list of people in the area that babysit. Whether it's people that do childcare from home that are having daycare, or whether it's teenage students. Usually they'll have a list of local babysitters, and sometimes you can also use that as a tax write-off, where you're bringing people in and having them do some of those duties around the house, housekeeping, and taking care of the kids and stuff. And then with admin duties, so things that you need to do for your business, whether, if you're a leader that has a team page, maybe there's someone that you can involve that can help you with some of the things you do on your team page, scheduling posts and things like that too. So we have, there's an idea of doing time blocking. So when we look at our business, there's a couple things that we need to be doing all the time. We need to be booking parties. We need to be doing training and coaching with our team. We need to be, I call it expansion. So blitzing, events, launch parties, trade shows, and we need to do customer care, so follow-up. So if you look at those 4 areas, it's.
Can you repeat that?
Okay, so booking, parties, appointments, one-on-ones, doing your training and your coaching with your team, and even training yourself. Expansion of your business, so blitzing, launch parties, events, trade shows, that kind of thing, and customer care with your follow-up. So those, if you look at those 4 areas, you need to constantly be doing that in your business. So if you looked at doing these little hours where you break it up and you can do 15 minutes of each within an hour, or you can do an hour of each one day for 4 days. But figure out what works for you and be consistent with it. The key is consistency in your efforts, not necessarily your results. So don't set a goal and say, I'm gonna have 4 customers by the end of today. Set a goal and say, I'm gonna talk to X amount of people today. I'm gonna do how many minutes or hours spent on those different areas. So we need to do at least 3 to 5 sets, I would say, of each of those things every week in order to keep growing our business. There's a lot of time traps that we have in our life, and so look at those and say, I'm gonna not let those be time traps. TV, social media, right? How many hours do we spend scrolling through Facebook? Honestly, guys, taking the time to do those lists will make a huge difference in your business. Amber Parker, she's another Ambassador Diamond. She did a YouTube video called The Facebook Hustle. And I highly recommend that if you're looking to make your lists. She goes through and shows you exactly how to do that. So,
What's her name?
Amber Parker. And all right, so TV, social media, emails, right? Just going through your emails, especially if they're disorganized or if you are somebody that signs up for everything and you're constantly getting emails. Escapism, like we just look for little things that take our mind off of our business. Housework. So some of the tips I can suggest is just minimize your distraction. When you are spending that time, that hour that you're going to be working your business, shut everything else out. Go to a new place. Leave your house. Go sit in a Williams or a Starbucks. And, someplace that has Wi-Fi where it's dead during the day, you can go there. And honestly, that can help you grow your business too. The times that I leave the house and I'm away from the kids and I go and just sit down, I have only my work stuff there. And that's what I'm going to focus on. And I can't tell you how many times I've met a lead because I'm sitting there and I've got my work stuff spread out all over the table. So, you just put some blitz cards on the edge of the table hanging off. And turn off your notifications for different things. Turn off your notifications for groups that you don't need to be in right now. The buy and sell, whatever page in your town, that, the garage sale sites, that kind of stuff, like that's not important. Mommy groups, shut those notifications off. Use a timer to limit yourself so that you say, I'm going in here and I'm gonna work for an hour, and don't let yourself come out until you've invested that time. And just work when you are working. Remember that this is my work time, right? These are my work time. And we don't control our time, but we control how we spend our time. So I just encourage you to spend it wisely.
All right, Miss Nikki, she has done 30 or 90-day pushes consistently throughout her 5 years in the business. Yeah, is that crazy? Crazy. We all look so young still. So thank you, Nikki, and then we're gonna move into some
I keep going backwards in age. All right, so we just I don't want to take too much time because we do want to get to aha moments. I feel like something that, we all feel like it's so important to hear from one another and learn from one another. And so we had kind of talked back and forth about 90 days, and you covered so much ground. I got some great tips. I love it. So I just kind of want to hone in on some of those things that that I feel is super important about running your business. So one of the things Barb talked about was looking at your schedule, right? Figuring out your time blocks, figuring out what you're going to do, figure out your action steps. we don't get paid to socialize with just hanging out, right? Like these garage sale groups or these mommy groups. If you're networking, that's great. And we're not saying don't have a social life. I'm not saying don't have friends and just let this consume you. But you could, right?
Yes,
For 90 days, you could let it consume you.
We are all the friends you need.
It's temporary.
But I say, totally cut it out. Like, I don't want, like, it's not.
It's a short-term pain for the long-term gain.
It is. It is. It's like working so hard. I remember when I first started, it was chaotic. It was crazy, but I was so bound and determined to get to my goal and set that goal for myself that my laundry piled up. I remember listening to Cammie Dempsey when I first joined, and she said that your laundry's gonna pile up, your dishes are gonna collect, all of that kind of stuff. And I thought, not my house is not gonna happen. Like, that's how I prided myself. It was neat. My kids' socks match their outfits. Sometimes my kids go to school, I don't even know if they have socks on their feet. It's like, but they're still alive, so it's okay. But no frostbite yet. But I mean, there are certain things that you can give up for a certain amount of time. Like, it is not the end all be all. Nobody is gonna perish if my kids' socks don't match their outfits, right? Like, go get a paint. So, just prioritize what you need to do. And the biggest prioritization is, is it creating relationships with new people for your business? Are you securing relationships with the people in your business? Those are the relationships that you're worried about right now. And your family, of course, too. We've got to keep them happy. But bring them on board. I love that thermometer kit idea. Like, that is brilliant. My kids would eat that up, and they're getting older.
Over that one more time. The details.
Well, just, figure out a goal that your kids have, something that's a dream for them. Sit down with them and find out something that they're going to get excited about, or, whatever is reasonable financially for you. Like I said, like whether it's going out for ice cream or buying, taking them to the dollar store or going on a trip, whatever it is for you and your family, make that goal and then have a thermometer. And the other thing I used to do was have a stop sign, right? Like, you can have a stop sign. So when you go in, if you have an office space, when you go in and you're working on office time, business time, put the stop sign on the door. Have a smiley face on the back of it. So if it's a smiley face, they can come in. If it's a stop sign, they can't come in. When I used to do home daycare, and I had a box that was special toys that they never got to have other than so then I'd bring that out and they'd be all distracted playing with those toys. Save up all your little McDonald's trinket toys. Like, it's something that they just love. So
Yeah, so for every hour then you invest, you remember
every time you go out to an
Like, if you
appointment
gotta go
or
to a
you do a
party or
coaching
meet up
call.
with somebody and they're like, why are you leaving, mommy? But now they get to put a sticker on. Yeah. So anyways, those kinds of little tricks. And I mean, we can figure things out, right? And we can make some really good compromises. So, but just be very conscientious of where you're spending your time. It's those action steps. It's blitzing. It's a follow-up. It's booking expos and events. It's doing wrap parties. Our team has begun to do in the past year group wrap parties. So once you have a local group around you, I don't care if you're sidelines or if it's your downline or upline, just get together with our other like-minded people. And so what we do is we have it twice a month. And we have it at 2 locations. One's like the north side of our city and one's the south side. And what's really great about this is there's 4, 5, 6 of us or whatever that come pretty consistently. And if only a few of us have a guest or 2, it's still full. So it's not like you're walking into a wrap party with just one person, right? The comfort level is really increased when you have a prospect that sees other people there, right? They don't feel like, oh, what's this weird thing? And so doing that, but what's great is now when I blitz, I already know that I have a date and I have a place to send them. And we're doing expos right now, going into that season. I'm booking appointments at my expos for that. We do it at a public place so people don't get freaked out. Like, I probably would never meet a stranger on the street and agree to go to their house. That's me, right? My husband would, but I'm more paranoid. So having it at a public location for us, I feel just kind of takes away a lot of excuses. That's what we need to work on, is taking those excuses away. So doing those wrap parties as a group,
I think is really, really beneficial. But doing things that create more revenue for you. Yeah.
Do you have any recommendations on local spots that would cost a lot of money?
You know, it's so hard. If you know anybody that has a local business, I mean, even if you know somebody that has a tanning salon or a hair salon and you sit in the weight room in the foyer, we do it at chiropractic office, so we do it in the waiting room after hours. So maybe you could do that. And what a great way to go and blitz somebody. Okay, if you're blitzing somebody at like a tanning salon or a hair salon or something like that, or even just to say, hey, we need an extra space, could maybe we rent it for a discount, or you know, we could put would actually be happy to put a box in that we would do a drawing for all of your customers once a week to earn a free wrap if you would let us use your space. That's a win-win situation, right? Because you're generating leads in-house, they're getting something, so that's really good too.
There's a master Krista Pettenhill in Colorado Springs, and she started using one of those paint your own pottery places because they have a room to do parties.
Okay.
So for like $35, she rents the rooms.
Okay, so she was saying that Krista Pettingill was doing like the pottery places. So like $35 or something, she's getting to rent a room.
Anywhere
Libraries, grocery
Libraries.
stores even sometimes
Yeah.
have community rooms.
The food courts at malls have become popular in my area, like Quiet Corner.
Okay.
It's free, and you also are creating like
You're creating buzz,
excitement,
yeah.
people walking by going, what's going on there?
Yeah. So a lot of really good ideas. She had said too, like at the mall. Yeah, and so we have one of our grocery stores has an upstairs balcony that we've done meetings before. Cammy's done that. So lots of different options for you. But just stop making excuses. That's one of the things that we have to do is stop making excuses. And we have to be that person that comes up with solutions for other people's excuses, unfortunately. So another thing that was talked about was like plugging in. I want you to plug in. And like if you're out there and you're by yourself, keep working up, right? Just keep working up or work with sidelines. Ashley Hughes, hello, did you hear that? She is like, she never even heard from her sponsor again. She joined and she never heard from her, and here she is up on stage, top money earner. There's no excuses, okay? So figure it out, find somebody. But I want to also be very cautious about how much you're plugging in. I want you to be, if you have a team call or a leadership call or something like that, that's maybe once a week or once a month or what, you know, whatever your group is doing, plug into it, please. They're doing it for your benefit, not to waste their breath. You know, they want you to be successful. I have one every week on Tuesday, and we've begun doing it with all of our triples and up take turns because I want everybody to learn from one another. And so we do that, but there's a Sunday night family call. It's short and sweet. Hop on, 10 o'clock, 15 minutes. Typically it's done. Just stay in the loop. I think it's a great way to start your week, you know. And then the Monday call is inspirational. Send your prospects to it. Success stories sell. That's what we are offering people as an opportunity, right? It is more than just a wrap in these products. It's what these wraps and these products can do for people. So take advantage of what's given to you. But there's 50 gazillion Periscopes out there, right? Tons of Periscopes, tons of YouTube videos, tons of somebody's doing this call and the sideline's doing that call. Those are fantastic. Take advantage of them, but do not waste your dollars spending all your time doing that. Because remember, you're going to have to take from one place to give to the other, like Barb visually demonstrated. So don't take from your follow-up and you're generating new lead time to sit on an hour Periscope that maybe gave you 5 tidbits of information, okay? And I think people out there have great, great stuff. I do, and I watch some of them, but I don't watch all of them. And so just kind of protect your space, protect your mind and your time. If you want to take away an hour of your sleep to do it, great, you know, but just don't hurt your business from it. So another thing too to get out is your charts, right? Get those charts out and work it. I am guilty of not getting my charts out and working it all the time, but I will tell you, when I was first started all the way up to ambassador, I had my charts on me at all times because I knew my game plan. Pick your game plan and stick with it.
So I panicked, like, here's a confession. I panicked when Mark said, yay, the island, and he said ambassadors, and I was like, woo! And he's like 2.0, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Like, my 2.0 is barely started, barely. But the reason it's barely started is because I have my other business and I wanted to help other people. My husband's presidential, and so I dabble with getting him to ambassador, but then I have a new person that needs some more help over here, and I was all over the place. And so because I didn't have my chart in front of me, I didn't have my roadmap. Like, how many of you, if I said, okay guys, we're all going to Michigan, right? Like, Mark Pentecost is gonna be there and give us all a party, we're all going to Michigan, I have cars lined up, let's go. How many of you would get into your car and start driving without a map or a GPS on your phone? And we got 2 people, okay. Well, I'm gonna physically print out a chart for you then. Who's there offline? Give them a chart. Most people would not just rely on the road signs to get there, right? We would have some sort of action, some sort of plan in place. That's what you need to do with your business, because otherwise you are so scattered and so diluted, and you think that you're not. You think you know what you want. Like, I want to be ambassador, but I don't know exactly what I'm doing, so I'll put one person here and I'll do this here. Just be really concise with your business. The thing about all of this, all of the things, planning your times, being purposeful is all about your mindset, right? Creating relationships with people, having urgency, being excited about it. I mean, this is honestly why you'll say, I talked to this person a while ago, and then I found out they signed up with so-and-so. Why? Maybe you just planted the seeds. That's going to happen. But other people are going to plant seeds for you. But it's the person that gets in front of them that they can relate to, that are excited. It's that stuff that is so contagious. They want to be around people that they know are going to be successful and be positive. Clean up the Facebook. I'm sure most of you guys, everybody's in Denise's downline somewhere, so I know you all know this. But clean up the Facebook. Stop being negative. Be positive. Be the person that you want to attract into your business. I have seen legs that were like, you're like, holy cow, what happened to that leg? Well, that one person attracted all of these negative people that came out with excuses. And so get your mind right. And that for me was the biggest thing. I've heard so many parables or stories, this weekend. I can't remember who did what, but I think Rachel Williamson did the one about the, was it the shoes, or was that Stephanie? She did the shoes, and but I can't. What was it, Williamson?
20 miles. Did the shoes.
The 20-mile march. Yeah, the 20-mile march, right? And that's everything that we hear. Denise's, everything that we hear is always starting here. Okay, we all have the same opportunity. Denise is awesome. She's special, but there's nothing a quality that you guys can't possess yourself, that I can't possess myself. We just have to work on it, So getting that right. I think I wanted to share my aha, and this is my mindset, because we've been doing this for 5.5 years, and sometimes we get tired. This is going to be a long journey for us, and so we want to make sure that we keep the pace, right? We do not want to burn out. And so we have worked really hard taking a step back. And you can see in our business what it reflects when you've taken a step back. We can see it, And so you're going to get out what you put into it. But one of the things that a couple people have heard this, Chris has heard it 20 times already, but on the flight here, we were just sitting there on the flight. God bless you, baby. He upgraded us to first class. I think I pouted enough. But so I'm sitting there thinking,
go play with Daddy?
All excited.
When we're done cleaning the kitchen, are we gonna make you cake maybe?
Yeah. Being, a billionaire, and he's like, nope, he's not a billionaire. He's like, the company hasn't made a billionaire, but we're going there, and I'm like, okay, so if he's a millionaire, but we were in the Millionaires Club, right? People will say, oh, you're a millionaire because we've made $1 million. But I'm like, it's not like we have $1 million in the bank. So it's not like I'm a millionaire. I'm certainly not a millionaire. But we've made $1 million. So I'm not even in the same realm with Mark Pentecost. But you hear that word, right? And you lump people together. It's like your perception of what it means. And I was like, I don't get this. I don't understand. And he said, it's such a big thing because most people never make $1 million in their lifetime. And I'm like, what do you mean most? I don't understand this. Now, mind you, I was not born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I was a special education teacher. I made $20,000 a year. I understand, and but that was just, it got so foreign to me, that concept, because most people in their average lifetime working 40 years or whatever make on average $700,000 in their lifetime. That hit me because I see what this company can do for people. And I'm like, that's so sad. I'm like, what about all these single moms and these people that are struggling? I'm like, they're never going to even make $1 million in their lifetime. Like that's kind of harsh, if you stop and think about the potential and you see all these people on stage, why are they making this kind of money and everybody else is struggling? And that's when it was just like, we have got to help people. That is what it comes down to, is we have the opportunity to make a difference to these people and change their lives. And, we have somebody on our team and he talks about chiropractic care and healthcare. And Mike Quest, I'll give you a shout out, but we have an obligation to share this with people. So when you are scared to do your action step and you are nervous and you think, I am not qualified to teach my downline. I don't know what I'm doing. I can't help this person. Why is this person going to want to join me anyways? They're going to think X, Y, Z about me. When you are defeating yourself, think about the opportunity that is lost on everybody else. Mark talked about the opportunity cost, right? At the end, wow. All came full circle for me. You are obligated to share these with people because who are you to tell this person that this is the lifestyle that they are stuck in for the rest of their life? You have the ability to change that with just giving them a coupon or opening your mouth. Let them make the decision from that point on. Just think. If Denise hadn't asked us over and over and over again, I don't even want to think about what we would be doing right now. I would actually be regretting today because tomorrow I would have to go back to work. Because that's what I did on Sundays, was stress out. And I'm thankful I don't stress out on Sundays anymore. Sundays to me is typically my first day, to start my first day of the week, giving it to God and going on with the rest of my week. And I have the choice in that. And so you guys do too. So make sure that you step forth and you have to share it. You have to just get it out to everybody. So that's it.
All right, so I wrote down the bonuses so we can make sure we're all clear. Rubies in their first 90 days get one cash payment, $1,000.
No, 60, 2 calendar months.
All right, redo. Rubies in their first 60 days.
2 calendar months.
2 calendar months. 2 calendar months get a $1,000 Ruby bonus. One-time payout. Emeralds get a $2,000 Emerald bonus paid over 4 months. Diamonds get $20,000 paid over 25 months. Double diamonds get a $30,000 bonus. Triples get a $50,000 bonus. Presidentials get a $100,000 bonus. Ambassadors get a $150,000 bonus.
Woo woo!
We will sleep in April. I know. You're on my list.
So the Emerald and the Diamond and above good bonuses are through if you reach those ranks by the end of February, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
She just said April.
I know. We don't sleep here until April.
Okay, I'll just
This is the busy season.
Yes. So I want you to just write down exactly what you're going for. And then I want you to think about how does it feel to reach that goal? Because here's the thing, you become what you think about. And if you think that going to Ambassador Alicia is going to be hard, guess what? It's going to be hard. If you think that hitting Ruby is going to be hard, It's going to be hard. If you think that hitting diamond is totally out of the question, guess what? It is. So when you think about going to ambassador, this is what I'm doing. 2.0 ambassador. I'm so grateful for the rock stars that are already being brought onto my team, that are like-minded, that are running alongside me. I'm so grateful that it's fun and easy and lucrative. It feels so good to do this with friends. When you think about your goal in a way that's fun and positive and focused, guess what? That's the experience that you are going to have.
We're gonna say yes.
We're going to say
Say
yes.
yes.
We're going to say yes. And I want to say yes to our guest, Mike and Tiffany Patillo. How are you?
Tired.
Yeah, I know. I'm tired.
But we're encouraged. There's only 23 days left in February. Including today, there's only. I would have to clarify that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're just getting started.
I like it.
We've got a bunch of we're zooming out to people who aren't here.
Oh, hi Zoom. I learned about you this weekend.
Yes. Yes.
Very cool.
So thank you for stopping by. I know we have a lot of people. We've got some Aussies in the room. New Zealand's here. We've got Canadians. And how many of you are in your first conference?
Wow. Wow.
So they have fallen in love with the It Works family.
That's awesome.
And they're ready to hit Ruby yesterday. So anything you want to add before we?
Tiff, sure.
I just want to thank everybody for coming out. We had an incredible weekend, and we just hope that all of you did too. Well, we know that you did. And, just get your fight on, bring it. You got 22 days as of tomorrow to run in round 2, and you got 12 rounds total. So you can make a lot of things happen. And like a lot of people said, you may have been in the back of the room, but by next year, you could be right up there in the front with the VIP elite. So welcome to the family, and we love you all.
To me, it's all about just reality. And yes, exactly. It's about paying bills, getting ahead in life, paying debt. I mean, you got 22 days after today. And all of you are new. I mean, $2,000 to hit Emerald, that's significant.
Yeah.
Right? That's not like $100. Don't get me wrong. I'll take $100. But $2,000 is significant income. $500, and if it's a 4-month payout, if you guys didn't see that. So it's not something you got to wait for a year or a long time to get that. But I would do everything you got to do. How many of you are not yet Emerald? So that's your goal.
This is a lot of money. It works.
Like that's not. There's no other goal. That's your goal the next 22 days, right? I mean, that's just, it's black and white. Every group, we talked to 7 or 8 groups last night, and that's just where your mindset's got to be. You know, I don't want you thinking Ruby, that's for new people who aren't in yet, right? That's how you're going to get them. You're going to go out and help new people join because they get to take advantage of the awesome products, and they get to get involved by the end of February. They get that $1,000 Ruby. You got to be thinking Emerald. I'm going Emerald. I'm going Emerald. I'm going Emerald. I mean, I would print a picture of an emerald and stick it on your bathroom mirror and just look at it every morning when you go in to brush your teeth. Hopefully you go in to brush your teeth every morning. No time for that, but.
What a little alarm on your phone that says congratulations.
I love that.
Make your screensaver.
Speak out.
Yeah.
What we've learned is that you have to speak about what you want, even if it's not quite here yet.
I like it. You have, I've got it. You all should. Oh my days. But you set a clock, like I got my my alarm. You guys know you can customize your alarm, right? I just found that out 2 weeks ago. But my Sunday It Works call is customized. You need to put every morning when you wake up, change it. But I put good morning, whatever. Just wake up and speak that out there. I mean, there's no doubt that you can. I mean, the Emerald volume is not easy, but it's also very doable. 22 days with instant action. You got a lot of action to come out of here and take advantage of. So put the events together. We have a lot of fun. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for letting us stop by.
All right, well, we have just a couple minutes left, but so I want to hear from you. What were some of the aha moments that you had throughout these last few days? Stand on up. When you stand up, your feet goes up. You're a future diamond. That's right.
I'm going for emerald. I'm going for diamond. My favorite quote in aha moment was when they said, "I'm stay at home, I'm work at home." Yes. Because that's what I get asked. I was, I'm in school online and everything, but people are always like, "Oh, so what do you do?" And, that whole thing is, "Oh, stay at home." And they're like, "Oh, do that." So I really, really love that. Staying at home, I love it. Work from home.
We've got the flexibility of time, yet we've money. We've got personal goals and all these new friends. All right, Al.
I'm Alan. I'm presidential. I think my biggest. And as my team knows, I showed them last night, I've been searching for that 1% for so long. And when you come to realize that you can't really search for it, you just like suddenly you open eyes just a little bit more. So what I found out this weekend with worship, with our system, with our bonuses, everything else on stage, I know the steps. I know the steps because I know everything I'm doing. So you just do a little bit more. So it's just right in front of you, and I know that the 100% was needed. So,
My aha moment this week, and I don't know that it was a specific thing that a specific person said, it was just kind of I have awesome diamond uplines, and I rely on them too much. And I think, oh, I've got these great newbies, I'm going to bring them to training because they did such an awesome job. I don't need to do my own Zooms, they're doing Zooms, I'll just do theirs. And it hit me that I need to be my own diamond leader and get my own team where I need them to be personally. And we can definitely, I love our team, we've got a great team, and so definitely doing things as our team, but I need to be doing those things personally for my own downline. Awesome.
I'm Kelly, double diamond, with a commission of $6,722.89.
She's gotten very clear.
I think one of my biggest aha moments is that double diamond is only 5 rubies. That's it, like 5 rubies, and then triple is only 11. Instead of thinking, I mean, I know that you need 41 or 42 people in your organization for double diamond, but breaking that down, just like 5 rubies is way more bite-sized than thinking of 42. Yeah. So
You help 5 people get to your league.
absolutely.
And get $5,000 in their pocket. Isn't it amazing that some of our rock stars are not even on our team yet? We had 22 or something 2.0 people here at conference this year who were not even in the business yet last year. Isn't that amazing?
So I think my aha moment was that your next rock star could be your cashier. It could be your nail technician. It could be anybody. You just have to ask that they're not. That they don't, if they say no, they say no. But you can still get their contact information, follow up. But no matter what, that somebody out there needs you in their life. So don't hesitate. Don't make excuses because it's not gonna. You're not gonna make money making excuses.
Good job. Thank you.
rock stars with me at conference today. It was all of our first year to come. And knowing that I have 2 more rock stars at home, I'm just like, wow. I hope we're ready to go. So you guys will see me on stage next year.
So I've been in box for Emerald since June, and I am focusing on getting them together. Like you do it, and I just need to start over. Get them together.
It's easier to give birth than raise a dead.
Over here to the left.
Oh. AKA Britney Spears.
So for me, like this was a massive investment for me. Like $1,700 airfare. We're broke. We had $1 in our bank account last week. You know, like this was a massive investment for me. So for me, this weekend, it's all an aha moment. Like in Australia, we don't get what you guys get. We don't have the support system that you have. We don't make excuses for that, do we? But you know, you have it works for you. Like you have to go to them. Like go to all the open you get to because we don't get those. But like my aha was like all the stories. Like I have like 17 gig of video from like just filming the stories of real people who have started with nothing. Like Joel and begun over 90 years. Because they were broke. They had nothing, and if they hadn't quit, if they hadn't said no, and just like they'd given up when it was hard, like we've all had hard, but they wouldn't be the amazing Black Diamond leaders that they are now, and they wouldn't be on the beautiful income that they are now. You know, so it's just, you just don't give up. That's what I got out of it. Yeah.
With the runner's story. So wait, you guys talking about it? I mean, last night her aha moment was Denise's. My aha moment was I was kind of upset I didn't get a ticket to the convention center, and I ended up at the theater, and I was kind of really bummed about that. But once I was there in that seat, that was the place I was supposed to be. And I was able to sit by myself, focus on the entire thing for myself, even though like it was nice to be with the girls and stuff, but just being there, I was so present in what was going on because I had nothing distracting me, so I took away an amazing amount of stuff with it. Awesome. She came to this event grouchy. And she walked away going, I was supposed to be walked away tired. Okay, go ahead, Denise.
So my aha moment came yesterday when it was just before Denise and Brandon went on stage, and I was messaging with my friend Elizabeth here, and I just thought, you know, we get together in Grand Rapids quite frequently, like weekly. We have times where a bunch of sidelines get together, and I was thinking about, you know, when we're always talking about run with your runners, and I have a local team that I can't get to come to events. And so I know that I'm a runner, and I'm like, well, where are my runners? I need runners. My runners are my sidelines. So I am making those connections with them. And when we're running, that's going to attract the people that we want in our business. So that's our business.
My name is Lauren. I'm an Emerald this month. This is my first conference. So one of my many aha moments was before I came here, I kind of had this image of like cookie cutter leaders. And after seeing just the huge variety of people that have found success, I look at them and I'm like, if they can do this, I can do this. Like, I don't have to fit this specific mold. And then, you know, when I'm looking for my rock stars,
how dare I assume for anyone that they're not going to be interested? And I just think how unfair it's been for me to make that decision for them. I should bring this opportunity to every single person that I meet. So that's just really changed my perspective.
Believe it or not, my beautiful wife has built most of my account. I recommend you for saying this. This year, my aha is, this is the year of the man. I realize that anyone in that top area there, they have full spells of support guys. And for me, I've been shy big time talking to my own group of people, my close friends, my close families. And this year, in the last month, I turned the corner a little bit, and I've really started talking to people more comfortably instead of being embarrassed about this type of business. It sounds funny, but you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars and still not feel comfortable doing what you're doing. I realize that it's not the way that you become successful in this business. It's not how you love them either. So this year, you guys watch my feed, Facebook stuff. It's gonna be really
I had, so it was my first conference as well, so I had everything, inside and outside of conference was an aha moment for me, but when I met you at your recap, I couldn't even say that I was going to be double diamond, and now I'm shooting for triple. And on top of that, I would say that my belief was, I wasn't even 1%, I was like, maybe I believed 75% that I could do this. I believe every single person in my team could be, ambassador, but for myself, I didn't have that. I don't know why, but I didn't have that belief in myself. So getting that belief, and you're a yes, and you just saying yes, because I feel like I say no for myself and my team so much that speech was really like my moment of letting go of that and breaking down those walls and really believing in myself and really pushing myself. So thank you for your speech.
I'm not gonna follow the rules. I have a couple. You mean your presidential? Yeah. I'm sorry.
She used to be double.
You just used to be double. 2 seconds ago. So I had a couple of things what Denise was saying about the sidelines. I really connected with sidelines. I recently just moved from Virginia to Pittsburgh, and born and raised in Virginia. My family's there, my real family, my rat family, everybody's there. So, but I'm really excited because I'm connecting with sidelines in the area, and I connect with sidelines all the way across the place, like Colorado. So yeah, I want to come stay at somebody's house and come with you to one of your Grand Rapids things, because I don't think it's that far anymore. You said really far when I was in Virginia, but I think I'm closer. Come on over, drive in. So, but my one of my biggest ahas was we sat in the back row. So I have a huge team of girls that are here. There were babies with us, and they wanted to be, where they could step away and we could all sit together. So we literally pulled chairs where we could find them, and we made our own little section in the back row. And so he sat on stage in the back row, and I think like 6 of us went, oh, just like that, like to everybody. We're like, he's looking at us. He's looking at us, he's speaking to us. That's going to be us, so we're going to be VIP. But what I really was going to say, first I say your ahas, because I can't put those two like on a web. Was view the butterflies in your belly as challenges to conquer. So everybody, I'm sure you guys even have things that still make you nervous. Everybody gets butterflies over something. But if you turn the butterflies into, instead of being something that makes you scared or makes you nervous, look at it as a challenge to conquer and rise above and do all that, because that's retire, rise above, that's the whole thing. So go do it.
I'm Nicole Sibby, and I will be diamond. One that was for me was like not relying so much on social media and actually getting out and talking about things face to face. And I need to not rely on just my phone. So
need to get out there and actually talk to people about everything and do that.
And the other was go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. I'm done wasting my time on the people that just don't want it as bad as we want it. So I'm gonna go to people that want to celebrate this for
This weekend has just, every event that you come to, that we've come to, has totally changed things for us. And the most important thing I would tell you to do, that's just sort of more of, I guess, a personal aha, was looking back and realizing that since we came to our first conference here 2 years ago, when we left, like I said, my husband wasn't on board. And on the way home, on the plane, again, don't waste time. We sat and we talked about our goals, and we made our goals for the year. And the next morning when I got up, my husband had taken all of our goals and written them out onto papers and had us make this really silly little video. But it was the first time that we made a dream board. And since then, every single thing that we have written on our dream board, we have accomplished. And right now, while you have the fire and you have the belief, before you start hearing the no's, and we all let those people get in our heads. So you need to really concretely write down the things that you want right now. And if you do that, I promise you, you can make all of your dreams come true. When we left conference 2 years ago, I was a double diamond. And I had the 2 legs. I was just not really even a solid double diamond. And we left and just believed I wanted to get to triple diamond. That was kind of my goal for the year. And we had sat down with people on our team and had them dream here at conference before we left. And I had someone on my team that said, I'm going ambassador. And so Matt said to me, your team's going to go ambassador and you're only trying to go triple. You need to push yourself. So the bonuses were on the table, and he said, you need to go triple by the end of March. And so I was like, all right, well, I can write that down. I mean, I don't even have that started. I don't see that happening, but I'll put it out there and I'll hope that we can make that happen. And he's like, okay, well, if you go triple by March, you need to go presidential. That needs to be your goal for the year. So he really pushed me to stretch my goals. And so I'm going to encourage you guys to do that too. And I'm very grateful that he did that, because we made presidential our goal for the year, and we went presidential in March. Absolutely anything can happen. You have to just trust and believe that those people are going to be brought into your business. And you have to, Nikki was talking about being positive, be that person that you want to attract. Be the change you want to see on your team. Don't focus on the people that aren't working. Show them what you want them to become. Be that yourself, and it creates a magnetic energy that nothing can compare with. And when you have that magnetic energy, you're going to draw and attract the right people into your business that are going to take you to places that you never even thought that you could go. So dream big, stretch yourself, and believe that it's going to happen.
Denise wants to, I want to say anything. Get to work.
All right, the choice is yours. I will see you guys all in the next few. Oh, one thing I do want to end with is you want to work this business or work these next 3 weeks like the promotion is ending, and pray that it doesn't. So some of you may not even start because you think, oh, 3 weeks, what am I going to really accomplish? Number one, you can accomplish a lot. But number two, work your butt off over these next 3 weeks. And if you don't quite get it, that's okay, because you're that much closer. The people who took fall or summer off and are not ready right now are kicking themselves, because those people that have been working their butts off over the past 6 months and are gearing up here, they're ready to promote. They're ready because they've been planting those seeds and working it. So these next 3 weeks, blinders on. You've heard everything here. Now it's up to you. So thank you guys for coming. Bye, guys. Thank you.